what that term is. A lot of the times we probably get half the child, and we don't really address the needs of our young people. And a lot of the times that can get, space between the cracks, and it will be forgotten. And the emotional stability of our young people has to be a priority. When we say whole child approach, we don't just mean, like you said, teaching them about math, science, social studies. We need to be teaching them about how to live right, how healthy living, healthy eating, how to respond in social environments. These are whole things that need to be addressed and that are important, not just for our schools, but for our communities, our families, and our neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm sitting here with Michael Williams, Program Director at Felege Hiywot Center. Good afternoon, Michael.
Hey, good afternoon.
First, I want to congratulate you on your role as Program Director. And just pick up from School 51 on November 6, 2021, when we met and we sat at the whole child table. I would just like for you to pick up from there and just share with us how it's been as a program director here at the center. Thank you.
Yes, of course. First, I want to thank you for being here and helping us out and really investing yourself into our organization over here at the Felege Hiywot Center. As program director, it's been really a blessing and honor for me to have such an opportunity from Miss Astaire. And it's just given me a good opportunity to give what the center has given me. And I want to make sure that I invest that back into our students, because we never just want to, go through something and not be able to give it back. That's very important. And just picking up based on the wholesome aspect of a child, I'm learning that there are so many different things that a child needs to be paid attention to, that needs to be addressed. I really use the term working with plants and working with flowers and working in agriculture, because I mirror and I see the reflection of working with plants and also working with young people, being able to give them the proper necessities and requirements that they need to be the best version of themselves. And I feel like if I'm able to really do that out here in the garden and really do that out here in the community, I can really best provide for young people and for the students that I have the best way that I can to really give them the quality of life that they need to grow up nice, healthy, strong, and aware of the things that's going on in the world, aware of the things that's going on in their lives, and see how can they make the best of it. So that's the best opportunity. That's the best thing I've gotten from being in the position that I am in.
Yeah, I'm glad you put that like that, because as at Culture Through Expressions, our urban garden program, we like to say that we cultivate the soil as we cultivate the mind.
Yes.
And a lot of people say, with children, the idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Yes.
We don't believe that. We believe an idle mind is fertile soil. Just needs the right principles planted in it. So I thank you for explaining that like that.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely something that needs to be trained, worked on, and grown, the mind. So I'm just glad, like I said, I have the opportunity to and the resource to really put forth my best effort to give these kids the best things that they need.
Absolutely. Just as a follow-up, I know in the past we've worked together on neighborhood mobilization projects. And I was just wondering, how's that going with you and the youth group here? Are you doing any neighborhood mobilization, or are you working with any of the local agencies?
Yes, actually, we have actually stepped up our partnership with many different organizations. Organizations such as the Ada Martin Christian Center, IMPD, Purdue Hillside Neighborhood Association, and KIB.
Okay, that's great. And like I say, this is just going to be a short interview. So is there anything that you would like to share with the viewers, just something personal or professional from your life and your experiences? Thank you.
One thing I would love to share is, one, just love yourself and love your brother and sister. Once we are able to see the value inside each other, we will then see our community begin to rise. Love is an aspect, it's a strong emotion that we all need to survive, and I feel like if we are able to give love to each and every one of each other, then we will build up a community of love. So,
Thank you. Again, Michael Johnson, you heard it yourself from Felege Hiywot Center. And we'll be following up with you on some other videos and be working with you all shortly here, we hope. Anything else you got?
nope.
Okay, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
All right, take care, brother. I'm sitting here with Aster Bakala at the Felege Hiywot Center. I want to thank you for your time today because I know you're extremely busy. Please share with us some of the ups and downs that go on at the center here.
Thank you, Charles. You've really been an amazing community person, bringing the youth to light for what we do. But here, what we do is completely do out of the mainstream. Whatever they learn, how does that apply into their life? So same thing with science. How do they become partner of the program we have? How do they feel what we're teaching? Basically, it's a two-way street. So the student have a voice to say what went well, what didn't go well. Nobody makes mistakes. So everything we do is applying the scientific theory. There's a question, whether it's a social issue, whether it's a school or about planting something, how do you go by it? How do you make a plan? How do you make your hypothesis? So if you say, if I do this and this and this is going to happen, at the end, what happened? Do you prove your hypothesis or you don't prove your hypothesis? But there is no wrong here. You just found a different way to do it. So they learn how to deal with life. We do feel like every child, their DNA makeup is already done. Nobody can twist, change, or anything. Whoever they're going to be, doctors, lawyers, teachers, and whatever choice they have that's made, we feel like learning how to deal with those scientific methods of questions and the surrounding is what it really is going to help them to deal with the surrounding and then become the best they can be. Nobody can alter their makeup. I cannot make them a scientist. They already are. So it's just helping them to deal with the life storm. And that has become a beautiful thing here. They have been involved with the community. I'm not going to say everything has been wonderful, that we have this method and it goes well, but scientific theory, that every time you have a challenge, you have another way to go, another direction, another path to plan. Getting the student to learn that and deal with life issues, or what kind of things can I do for my community, is not easy. Because once they learn that, and then if they're ready to go out there and do that, not only do we have to teach the students to do that, adults in the community have to learn that youth need to be partners in every solution and every problem we have in the community. And that took a while. We started going into the community like in 2014. We had a rough start, but the student had to learn. You don't quit. The adults had a very hard time of youth doing a variety of things, so they have a bad experience does not mean you quit. You just have to show them you are changing. You are not who you are, who they think you are.
So at this time, you're speaking about when the younger group began to take on administrative roles and neighborhood mobilization and things like that.
Exactly. And that takes another twist to it. First, they need to discover themselves. Then after they discover themselves, one of the students say, okay, we're ready to go outside the fence. And so going outside of the fence means learning how to dialogue with the community, run in town hall. And then when people are angry and upset about youth are doing this, you don't respect us, how do you deal with it? And so we come back, they give up, they're ready to quit. And then we say, that's not what the scientific theory say. You need to find, how do you talk with them? How do you do this? How do you show them? So, it's not you. Because they're not talking from just like not having that experience. They had that experience and they're hurting as well. So how do you understand their position, and how do you also show them? That took a while, so many town hall meetings, but then in the end it was beautiful because the community, they will come. Like there was a lady who will take tomato from here and make spaghetti and bring them back. There were people who will take apple and make apple pie and bring to the students. They really start understanding what they're doing, but it just takes time and communication, a real good dialogue, and being patient. And the students made it from 2014 till now. We're still building that public space. It's a partnership. If you really look at it, even as adults, we really have different opinions about doing something. So, and then you're bringing in even the younger people. It wasn't going to be easy. On both sides, we had to work at it. So the students had to learn that, and all of the adults had to learn that. One of the biggest thing here at the center I had to struggle with is a lot of adults, when I bring, if we have, like Michael is doing the whole managing thing, and then we have team leaders and assistant team leaders. So the students have different positions.
Sure.
As an adult, as a leader, my first instinct when I see a student doing something is to stop that student from doing something. No, it's not my job. I had to go to the team leader and say, hey, you're one of your team members doing that. You need to go and deal with it.
Sure.
So we had to learn that we can't jump in. We gave them responsibility and they need to do it. So that is the biggest part of dealing with a lot of adults, working here. It really takes a while for everybody to understand that. No, you're not breaking that. We got a hierarchy. You need to tell the team leader deals with it, and then if that team leader is having an issue, they come to us. If somebody is going to say, I'm not coming tomorrow, I just look at them, why you telling me? Tell your team leader, because somebody's going to have to know how to handle your job. So those kind of responsibilities daily. And it is a two-way street. We need to adjust, they need to adjust.
Yes, because that reminds me of my role in the Brightwood Concerned Citizens. Mm-hmm. Last year I began to try to implement a program where younger people would step up and take on some of the neighborhood responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And, it wasn't well received, but we created a survey. Uh-huh. And the answers to the survey proved what must be done. Mm-hmm. And so some of the answers to the survey, we began to follow up with people. And so the older, some of the seniors are more open, as you said, to
they are.
And accepting to younger people stepping up and taking on neighborhood responsibilities.
They are.
But I'm not gonna hold you any longer. I wanted to thank you for your time today. And, to all our viewers, you heard it from Astaire herself, science does not lie.
No.
Is there anything you want to share with the viewers before we let you go?
It's just one of the best thing to do is stay with the positive, and only what we have in common is what's going to build the community. So the differences are not really what brings us together, but the strength we have. We build on that and then work on what we have to improve.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.